Well, fair enough. You told me that at the beginning of the conversation. I don't know what that
Kayla,
means.
I think that it's due to the fact that everyone that for some reason it's shifted from the agree to disagree to the I have to be right mentality.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the first to admit I fall into that too, without a doubt. But for me, it's when I know I'm correct about something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to put an argument on the table, just at least, like I said, I don't know if he was on here, but at least you at least have to read a few books on it. Whatever the subject is. If it's about, I almost said it, Schmortions, at least tell me you read three or four books on it. If it's on stars and planets, the Big Bang, tell me you read a few books on it. I mean, I haven't went to college. I don't have no degrees. But again, guys, whatever argument you put on the table, tell me you've at least read a few books on it. If not, you just sound so stupid.
Well, so and kind of off topic, it's getting more into the political aspect of things, but like when it comes to certain things, like I'm not really one side or the other when it comes to political beliefs. I can see the good things on both sides. I feel like I'm right in the middle of the aisle. But when it comes to the topic of let's see, we'll call it doctor enforced miscarriages.
Okay.
Um, for me, I may not agree with it, but it's not my job to tell you you can't do it.
I respect that. Yeah, see, and that's what I try to tell people. Like, if you don't like something, I'm not telling you, hey, Cuddle, you need to change your mind about it. You're wrong about that. I'm saying, hey, you have the right to say that, but there's no need to kind of go out there and just start spewing hate about it and like degrading these people. You know what I mean? I'm with you. I respect that.
I believe that everything is up for a debate. Like me personally, and I know the situation is different from everybody, but I believe that the topic of um, I'm trying to use the word you used. I can't remember, but
Schmortion.
yeah, s'more on the topic of s'mortion. Again, I know it's different for everybody, but there has to come a time when you have a discussion because if you say, "Oh, well, you can't do it," and we're going to make laws on it, then that puts people's lives in danger who may have complications and can't bear those children fully. But then if you say, "Oh no, I'm 100% for it up to 9 months," like, well, in my opinion, that's wrong too.
No, I've always said it's technical. Like when people just kind of blurt it out and say, "Hey, Schmortion's wrong. I don't think you should do it." I always tell them, I know you don't want to hear this, but it's just more technical. So of course I'm with you if the woman's had the baby for like 8 or 9 months. I mean, I'm kind of with you. I would probably look at it from a distance and go, "Man, I really don't agree with that," but it's not my space to say anything. That's probably how I would look at kind of like you. But yeah, but like when it's an embryo, when it's a little egg and it gets put to sleep real peacefully and quiet and it's got no nerves or nothing like that. That's what I'm saying, man. These people are insane when they say you can't unalive that. It's wrong. Like they don't know what they're talking about. And but like you said, if we brung it all on the table, all these scientists and doctors would break it down for you. Not you, but like in a courtroom or whatever, and they would say, look, it's okay at like 1 month right here, it's not suffering. But you get to like 3 or 4 months, it starts to get hard. And I think there could be some suffering there. So maybe we should cut it off at 4 months right there. It's just real technical, but like you said, let's talk it out, homie. Let's talk it out. Let's figure something out. I You might have muted yourself, Cuddle. There you go.
Yeah, and again, we got off the topic a little bit, but that's the reason that I'm so willing to have these conversations with people because, like, when it comes to something that I'm ignorant on, I want my ignorance to be fixed. because if I don't allow my ignorance to be fixed, it becomes stupidity.
Man, I'm gonna post that what you just said. That's what all those religious people need to hear, man. Because they just don't want to be wrong about nothing. That's what I tell people. When you're wrong about something, you learn. And that's the whole effing point of it, people.
And it blows my mind that like that is truly something I believe in. I always tell people, like, the beautiful thing about ignorance is that ignorance can be fixed. When you allow your ignorance to become willing, it becomes stupidity.
That's what like when somebody says they seen a ghost or an alien, I always ask them. I say, man, do you think there's like maybe a itty bitty small chance that you might be wrong? That it could have been something else. You might have just seen nothing and your brain thought you was seeing something. I always try to throw that at people, man, and 90% of the time, nope, I know for a fact I've seen it. I know for a fact. And I'm like, I just don't even want to talk to you then.
I can't. It's hard for me to understand, like, people who are set in their ways about some things. Like, don't get me wrong, I have my things that I'm set in my ways about, but if you bring up a good point that makes me question those things, because what I like to do a lot of the times is actually listen to understand, not listen to respond. Like, if you bring up a good point that makes me question those things, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, maybe I do need to take a look at this and change my way of thinking. Like, 100%, like, open book, open book